the Wildcats with an excellent backcourt. They're led, of course, by Caleb Love.
Well, he's the thermometer for Arizona. When he's hot, they don't lose usually. That's not always the case, but give this kid credit. Heading towards 2,500 points in his career. Of course, he started at North Carolina, went to the Final Four, and is making his mark here in Tucson.
So we get ready for this one. Arizona at home here tonight, wearing the white. Iowa State in the black. That's a look. You saw right there, Joshua Jefferson, one of their transfers for Iowa State. Cyclones off to their best start since the 94-95 season at 17-2. And after a bumpy start, Tommy Lloyd's Arizona team playing good basketball. Ball in the air, and Owaka wins it. And it's Arizona basketball.
Battle of the two of the better backcourts in the Big 12, without a doubt.
Little trap, and they go over and back. So Gilbert and company force the turnover, and that's one of the things that's been a hallmark since T.J. Otzelberger took over, the defense for Iowa State.
Yeah, but this was a good trap because they did not foul. And you can see when Love caught it, he was already straddling that midcourt line. Good opening possession for a great defensive team.
What do you look for offensively from the Cyclones?
Oh, they go different ways. They got so many guys that can score it, John. Obviously, it's the guy with the ball right now.
And Jones draws the foul. Curtis Jones, the senior from Minneapolis, will go to the line.
Well, we knew he was a great deep shooter. Where he is really remarkably improved is in the mid-range with those floaters, those off-balance shots. And coming off, as you said, a great game.
33 points his last time out, including 5 threes. About 2 hours away in Tempe against the Sun Devils.
Not bad for a kid 3 years ago at Buffalo that averaged 2.5 points a game.
Yeah, he did not have a scholarship offer out of high school. Had to go to Indian Hills Community College in Iowa. And a look at the Arizona starting five. Bradley, Love, Del Orso has impacted things since being inserted into the lineup. Townsend and Owaka. And here is Tobe Owaka.
And the heart and soul of this team is Jaden Bradley, their point guard.
Del Orso being harassed. Townsend out. Shot clock under 10. And that defense causing a lot of trouble. Love off balance. Got it! Caleb Love with the bucket.
Well, the coaching staff said to us today, if he makes his first couple, watch out, because he's mercurial. Hot and cold, but he could certainly scorch you.
Damon Lipsey handling. As Deshaun Jackson goes to work and rolls it home. The transfer from Charlotte.
Who has played in this building because before Charlotte he played at Washington State.
And between Jackson and Jefferson, the presidents as they call them, those two guys bring some beef. Shot off the mark from Love, and the Cyclones the other way.
3 terrific guards. Gilbert is the junkyard dog. This guy is the leader.
Lipsey off the mark. Lipsey fighting through an injured right thumb he suffered against West Virginia. Bradley looking to turn the corner to the right side. Townsend. And that one knocked out of bounds, and it'll be Arizona basketball. T.J. Otzelberger in his 4th season as head coach at Iowa State. Del Orso, their top shooter. And that one off the mark. Anthony Del Orso hails from Australia. The Cats are 9-1 since they put him into the starting lineup.
Yeah, he's coming off a 20-point performance against Colorado on Saturday. Their best shooter.
Good ball movement. This time Lipsey knocks it down. You knew about the defense. Oh, good look up ahead in the block, but they get the foul. on Deshaun Jackson. Just to finish the thought, Iowa State's offense is really good.
It's the best it's been under T.J. Otzelberger for sure, John. Take a look right here. There's a block and then a little bit of contact at the end with the body. A late whistle by Tony Padilla, and I mean that in a good way. He waited to see it, made sure there was contact. This is a Final Four crew who is refereeing this game tonight. Doug Sermon, Kip Kissinger, Tony Padilla. Doesn't mean they're going to be perfect, but they are three of the best.
Here's a walk-in now. Gets them both, and it's a 2-point game. Cyclones and the Wildcats. Gilbert looking for space. The bigger Townsend on him. Lipsy feed inside. Joshua Jefferson.
He's got a mismatch. Nice look.
Good look inside, and they find Keyshawn Gilbert.
Oh, this kid is going to be a star the next 2 years. He really reminds me of George Niang. And before you laugh about it, the numbers as juniors at Iowa State, very similar. Very versatile big man.
Niang, who had a brilliant career, one of the top players in the history of their program.
No doubt.
Love, that's a three. Iowa State on the move. They are excellent in transition. Gilbert lost the handle, had it knocked away. Eventually, Iwaka had it knocked out of bounds, and it's Arizona basketball.
Now watch the double team. It looks like it's going to come, but it's a soft double team. And it allows Gilbert to get open inside. This young man transferred from St. Mary's, was hurt the second half of the year. He's had 8 assists in a game, and he's coming off a 30-point performance last week.
Iowa State inbounding. Jefferson just able to get his hands on it. Turns, spins, and travels. It's a turnover. T.J. Otzelberger's team, we mentioned how good their offense is. A lot of it is turning defense into offense. They'll turn you over. They're good in transition.
Yeah, and that's why the guy with the ball, Bradley, has to have a big night, because he can break that defense down and make it easy for his teammates.
Townsend on Jefferson. Quickness advantage, and puts it in.
Yeah, nicely done.
And that right there, the 2,000th point in the career of Trey Townsend. He was brilliant at Oakland. Feed inside. Jones looking for space. And that one pulled away nicely by Chatfield. Gilbert straight on. And Chatfield going for the rebound, and he draws the foul. Well, they recruited Brandon Chatfield as kind of the new edition version of Rock. Played here and won a national title.
What are the odds that your buddy Terry Francona is watching tonight somewhere?
Yeah, he is indeed. I know he takes his Arizona hoops and Arizona sports seriously.
You'll see him in Cincinnati this year.
A lot. Yeah, one of the greatest players in the history of the program, and an academic All-American. Most people don't realize that. Jefferson tries to track it down, and right here it's Lewis stepping out of bounds, and it'll be Iowa State basketball. KJ Lewis into the game. He started initially this year, and he decided, going to Tommy Lloyd and say, Coach, you know what? I think I would be better served. The team would be better served with my energy coming off the bench, and it's worked out. It
has. He really gives them a jolt, not only a defensive effort, but he gets the score on that second unit when they rest some of those starters. It works out well.
Henry Basar in for Arizona. Lipsy can't hit. And Basar able to get it to Jaden Bradley. Arizona. Bradley, full head of steam. And here's Lipsy back the other way. Gilbert, kick out Jones.
Lipsy is a one-man fast break, John. He really pushes it.
Great atmosphere. Packed house here tonight at the McHale Center. Jones lost the handle, got it back, and now it's Jefferson. Jefferson bullies his way to the basket. Off the board, too strong. Lewis hesitates, now looking for space. Gilbert knocked it away for a second. And now they knock it away, and back the other way, it's Lipsey. Off the glass, and one. Tamin Lipsey.
TJ Otzelberger told us today that Tamin and it's probably not going to heal until after the season.
He goes 6'1", 200. Fran, he's one of the more physical guards in the entire country.
Yes, he is. He is a great team leader. And Cyclone fans know he is homegrown. Grew up and played his basketball 2 miles from the Hilton Coliseum.
Yeah, mom and dad both work at Iowa State. See the defense to offense this season. Steals and points off turnovers, a big factor for the Cyclones' success. They're 17-2. Tommy Lloyd taking over. It's his 4th season, and of course a longtime assistant under Mark Few at Gonzaga. And Arizona is in good hands with Tommy Lloyd as their head coach. Lewis swings it, Basar. Got a foul on Iowa State. They get Brandon Chatfield. Mentioned TJ Otzelberger. His 4th season as Iowa State head coach.
I'll tell you, Doug Sermons looks like a twig compared to TJ. I said that on purpose.
Yeah, you did.
TJ is built, man. Like, there's Doug. And I was right. Look at him. You referee as many games as he does and run up and down the court for 5 miles, you'll lose weight too.
Cyclones with the ball, up by 5. Chatfield the screen. Off balance. Gilbert couldn't hit. That one tipped out. Jones collects. And Chatfield.
The 3rd offensive rebound, John.
Yep, making an impact.
He's always making an impact. Screening and rebounding. Wow, that's too far.
Rebound pulled down by Jaden Bradley. And the Wildcats the other way.
Wildcats defense has been very good so far. Even though they trail by 5, they've forced the Cyclones into some tough shots.
Inside, Bradley hits that little floater. Jaden Bradley, a transfer from Alabama, he leads them in minutes at 33 a game. Gilbert hesitates, trying to find Chatfield. Out of bounds, it's a turnover. Arizona ball.
Well, you talked about Bradley. When he gets the ball into the paint, he is a problem for defenses.
Jamarian Watson has checked in for Iowa State. 11-8, Cyclones with the lead. Iowa State known for that defense and off to a good start in that department here tonight. One here tonight. Packed house. It's a whiteout in Tucson. Number 3 Iowa State in town. Cyclones off to their best start since the 94-95 campaign.
He's getting fouled.
Sean Jackson inside, couldn't hit. Lipsey tracks down the rebound, had it stripped away. Kick up ahead. Bradley now. Jaden Bradley couldn't scoop it home, and no call.
Wow, I thought he got fouled. All right, they'll let him play both ways.
Fans not liking it. Good look inside. No call there. Back and forth we go, and a turnover. A little bit sloppy now. Jones dribbling, gets a piece of the paint, hoists it up, and Curtis Jones will go to the line. I'm out of breath.
Oh, back and forth, a lot of contact. We'll see how this plays because they've let both teams, in my mind, get away with a little bit too much early.
And again, a very good veteran officiating crew. Doug Sermons, Kip Kissinger, Tony Padilla. You could find these 3 guys at the Final 4.
Yep. Sometimes it gets away from them and they come back and bring it back around. And that's unusual. Curtis Jones off to a slow start tonight, John.
Iowa State and Arizona meeting here in Big 12 play. Curtis Jones, we mentioned at the start of the telecast, coming off a career-high 33 points. Fran, there is an interesting note that ties these two schools together. The first ever game played at Hilton Coliseum, December 2nd, 1971. These two teams. And Iowa State won that game 71-54. Tonight we have a great atmosphere for college basketball. Hilton Coliseum, Hilton Magic. It is one of the best places to take in a game.
And this place has had so many great games, so many great players. The great Lute Olson, of course. Steve Kerr in the rafters, Sean Elliott.
Bradley gets a piece of the paint, feed inside. Carter Bryant had it rejected. Lipsy collects. And he'll back it out. Man, it is aggressive both ways. Hands and defense. 11:28 to go here in the first half. Iowa State, number 3 team on the road and leading it 12-8.
In Atlantis, they've gotten better and better, and they know what's at stake with number 3 coming in here tonight. This would be a terrific win on their NCAA resume in March.
We were together for an amazing game this past Saturday in Lawrence between Kansas and Houston. Then you had this matchup that could end up being the semifinals of the Big 12 tournament. A Kansas, Houston, yes. Iowa State, Arizona.
Yep, at this point of the season, yes, nice slip screen right there.
Inside, and Deshaun Jackson will go to the line. Big fella who hails from Oakland, California.
Started his career at Washington State, a couple years there, last year at Charlotte. And one thing about TJ Otzelberger and his staff, they have, since the portal opened, have been outstanding at finding guys that fit this culture.
Folks, a reminder, our SEC-ACC Super Tuesday. It's a doubleheader on ESPN. Number 12 Kentucky taking on number 8 Tennessee, 7 Eastern. And then it's North Carolina taking on Pitt. Super Tuesday coming your way tomorrow night. 13-8, Iowa State with the lead. Del Orso handling with Gilbert draped all over him. And now Bradley with Lipsy on him.
Yeah, I would say both teams have been feisty so far defensively. Trying to establish, I'd say, a mindset in this game.
That's like you when you don't have any sweet and low. Feisty.
Exactly.
Out of bounds. And an air ball from Anthony Del Orso. And it'll be Iowa State basketball. You were mentioning the transfer portal for Iowa State and doing such a good job. Think about this. TJ Otzelberger, he had one of his assistants fly to see Deshaun Jackson in between the second round and the Sweet 16 last year. That's what you got to do to go recruit guys in the portal. Lipsy down low. Jackson going to work against Awaka. Couldn't hit. Awaka pulls it down. Tobe Awaka with the rebound. Arizona the other way.
Yeah, that's a transfer. Played at Tennessee for Rick Barnes. They really need him to hit the glass hard, and he's capable.
Townsend going to work. Jefferson active hands, knocked out of bounds, and it'll stay with Arizona. 8 on the shot clock.
Of course, Iowa State without Milan Momcilovic, who has been a starter, the sophomore. Had surgery last week. We talked to him today. He thinks he's going to be back second week of February. It's on his non-shooting hand, and he was shooting over 40% from 3. He's excited to get back, but it grows some of these other roles for some of these guys. Look at this kid.
Lipsy in the pass telegraph, and then the shove back. Jones wide open, but he couldn't hit. Awaka rebounds it. Yeah, they certainly miss Momcilovic. Inside, and Lewis Wildcats will go to the line. KJ Lewis coming off a nice effort in their win against Colorado. 12 points and 6 assists.
Well, he's made for a game like this because his toughness really mirrors what the Cyclones throw at you, and we've already seen him cause havoc on the defensive end.
Both these teams go to the line a lot. It's one of the ways they impose their will on the other side, and they're similar to one another. They both go to the line a lot more than their opponent, so something's got to give here tonight.
Yeah, and I said it earlier, I think Houston, these two teams, Texas Tech, those are the best backcourts in the Big 12 right now. Baylor's got the two terrific young guards, but you're watching two of the best backcourts in the Big 12.
This crowd coming to life. Lipsey step back. Buries a three. Taman Lipsey with another triple. He's got 9.
Keep in mind, with a bad shoulder that had surgery after the season, he was first team all Big 12 last year. Nice.
Soft touch. Owaka just inside the free throw line. Jefferson, ball fake, wanders inside, a little bit strong. This is Lewis pushing ahead. They don't have numbers. Townsend, Del Orso. Lewis. And Jones the other way for Iowa State. Joshua Jefferson. And that shot wouldn't go from Jones. He's been cold here in the early going.
Looks like he's pressing a little bit. It's almost like when he shoots it, he thinks he's going to get 6 points instead of 3. Just has to relax.
Arizona 0 for 7 from the three-point line thus far. They'll try another. 0 for 8 on that miss from Caleb Love. Gilbert, full head of steam.
Tell you what,
they're letting them play.
They are letting them play both ways. I don't see anything egregious that hasn't been called yet. Players probably like this.
Lewis jump stop. Del Orso looks opposite. Townsend inside and flips it in. He's got 4. Trey Townsend. Former walk-on at Oakland and now a 2,000-point scorer. Good pocket pass, Chatfield, and a try. .7:32 to go here in the first half. A packed house at the McHale Center. Taman Lipsey dialing long distance. Got it.
This man, and he's everything a coach could want in a team leader.
(16-14) here as we close under 7.5 to go in the first half. Love rattles that one home. Caleb Love with the deuce. He's got 4.
We are in for a street fight tonight, my friend. It's going to be ugly. Beautiful ugly.
Joshua Jefferson, feed inside. Jackson. Heisey will try and hit. Nate Heisey to transfer from Northern Iowa. He was UNI's leading scorer last year. Good work right there up ahead of the pack. And Owaka lays it in.
Owaka has been beating the bigs of Iowa State down the floor. And TJ Otzelberger will not be happy with that.
Jefferson. And a rebound ripped away by Jackson. Working on the smaller Townsend. Jackson inside, bullies it home.
I love what Jackson did. He got the rebound. He looked at the shot clock on the other end, and he knew he had plenty of time to take advantage of that mismatch.
Love going to work, couple of ball fakes. Out of bounds, deflected, and it'll stay Arizona basketball.
Watch Caleb Love right here. Young man in his career, 5 years, has averaged over 15 a game. And then this is Toby Awaka just beating those bigs down the floor. Not bad for a guy 260. Transfer from Tennessee.
Townsend putting it on the floor. This is Love. Jones to Lipsy. Lipsy spins it home. Taman Lipsy has 11 points to lead all scorers.
I told you, John, they are a sneaky running team. We think of their defense and all the scoring in the half court. Sneaky, sneaky fast break.
Out of bounds, and it's a turnover. 7th turnover of the Wildcats. Tommy Lloyd watching Lipsy.
And it's usually Lipsy to Jones, and that time it was Jones to Lipsy. Great chemistry between these three guards. We loved Keyshawn Gilbert last year when he was the MVP of the Big 12 tournament. They're really happy for Jones' success because he was the third musketeer last year that didn't get the attention of Gilbert and Lipsy.
Right side, and that one from Demarion Watson. He knocks it down. Timeout, Arizona. And all of a sudden, we got ourselves a 7-point Iowa State lead.
Demarion Watson. Here's what you love about Demarion Watson. In the 12 games before Milan Momcilovic was injured, he had 10 DNPs. For those at home, that means did not play. Since then, he's been a key factor off the bench, and it's not his shooting, it's the toughness. Ultimate team guy.
Another Minnesota guy on this roster. And one of the things with Iowa State is do the bulk of their recruiting in the Midwest.
Get a lot of guys from Wisconsin.
There's Love, short on that shot, couldn't hit. Iowa State by 7, under 5 to go in the first half. John Shambi, Fran Fraschilla, full house here at the McHale Center. Lipsy. Jackson jumper, way off the mark. Basar comes out to set the screen. Basar thought about it. He can hit that. Bradley got it. And they needed that. They were 0 for 9 from 3 before that triple from Bradley. And now it's a 4-point game.
Really good defense. Lewis is a pest.
Jones from deep. Off the mark. And guess who tracks it down? Lipsy. And his shot is short. Oh.
What do they got? Do they have a flop?
Flop warning, yeah.
Flop warning, okay.
3:51 to go here, first half. Iowa State leads this one by 4. Actually resulted in a technical, so a flop on Lipsy, one shot.
It's a Class B. It is not unlike a flagrant foul or a Class A technical. It's not a personal foul. And ball didn't lie there, but watch. Lipsy's going to shoot it. I don't think that's a flop. See, let me tell you what happens. And this is a great crew. There's nothing wrong with falling down when you think you're going to get hit. I've had this problem with the flop forever. He didn't act like he got shot and fell down like in the Sabruta tape. But that was, that was JFK, by the way. But that was just protecting himself. There's no reason to call that a flop. That happens a lot.
Bradley, left side. Oh, and it's Carter Bryant knocking it down, the freshman. And a 1-point game.
Very precocious young talent. One of those McDonald's All-Americans that have come through here.
Lewis up ahead. Puts it in and one. Arizona has the lead.
The Wildcats have caught the Cyclones sleepwalking. You see Chatfield never gets in position. Easy call. And I think K.J. Lewis, I mentioned the defense early, he has absolutely flummoxed the Iowa State offense. Then he hits it, he makes plays like this. And remember, John, you said it early in the game. He told Tommy Lloyd, I want to come off the bench and be the sixth man. It'll be better for our team.
He averages 10 points a game, and Lewis with 5 in this one. And how about Arizona, the Wildcats here at home, up by 2 on a 9-0 run. Joshua Jefferson. Jones feeds Jackson. Contested, Arizona the other way. Bradley lost the handle, but they get the foul, and that's going to be on Curtis Jones.
You know, if this was a heavyweight fight, we were scoring on points right now. The Arizona backcourt would be leading midway through the fight, because particularly Bradley and Lewis, and even Caleb Love's had a couple big plays. They've been better.
Freshman's knocked down 2 huge threes. 34% is what he was shooting from the three-point line coming in. Good night. A 5-point advantage for Arizona, and Bryant has hit 2 big threes. See Lipsy with 11 to lead all scorers, but Bryant, who was the number 20 overall recruit in the ESPN 100, he's actually projected 27th in ESPN's most recent mock draft.
Yeah, if he comes out, that's where I would have him, John. He'll spend a lot of time in the G League, but look at this. This defense has been stifling. They are giving the Cyclones a taste of their own medicine. Iowa State now, keep in mind, they were down 7 on Saturday at the half at Arizona State. And this is a very similar half of basketball that they've played here at Arizona.
And one of the things T.J. Otzelberger talked about is this idea they've had big stretches in games where they've been down, and they've been able in the late stages to come up with plays and come up with wins. But he said it's dangerous, and if we keep trying to do that, eventually it's going to bite us.
Right, and it bit them at West Virginia, almost bit them Saturday, and right now they're in what we knew was going to be a street fight.
2 losses for the Cyclones, one in Maui against Auburn, and then the one on the road against West Virginia. Baysar gives off. Bradley, he'll try a 3. And Gilbert able to track it down. 5-point game. Keyshawn Gilbert.
Well, they've been pushing and running, but they're not getting great looks.
Lipsy goes baseline. Had it ripped away. Here's Caleb Love. Oh! And the throwdown. The Wildcats giving the Cyclones all that they can handle. Lewis inside, couldn't hit, but there's Bradley swooping in for the tip in the bucket.
Not much to say. Sit back and enjoy this one. This place is loud.
A 9-point game under a minute to go. Joshua Jefferson against the freshman Bryant. Jefferson flips it home.
Well, they needed that one. The shot selection by Iowa State in the last 10 minutes of the half, abysmal.
A whiteout here in Tucson. Baysar can't hit. And at the McHale Center, the Cyclones down 7. And holding for the last shot of the half.
There'll be 2 screens. This is a Spain pick and roll.
To the corner, Lipsy, great look, and he knocks it down. Taman Lipsy with 14 points, including 3 threes. And as we go to the break, it's Arizona leading 34-30. Great half for Arizona. Triples from Carter Bryant.
I mentioned earlier, John, keep in mind this team was down 7 at Arizona State at the half on Saturday. They've got to take better shots.
Gilbert from the elbow and a decent look at it, just couldn't hit. And Jackson grabs it, gets hit, and he'll go to the line. So Deshaun Jackson will shoot 2.
If I was TJ Otzelberger at halftime, I would have told my team, A, we can't play any worse than that last 10 minutes, and B, the officials are going to start calling it closer, so let's power the ball to the basket and get ourselves to the foul line.
A reminder, women's college basketball coming your way on Thursday. 2 more great matchups. Number 7 LSU, number 13 Oklahoma. 7 Eastern on ESPN2 and on ESPN at 8:30 Eastern. Iowa State taking on number 11 Kansas State. Should be another great night of women's college basketball.
You have 2 terrific coaches in the Big 12 there, Jeff Mittie and Bill Fennelly. They've had great programs for many, many years.
Knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with Arizona. Del Orso has been quiet and a guy who's made an impact since being inserted into the starting lineup. He has not scored. He's 0 for 3 from 3. The kid from Melbourne, Australia.
Yeah, he's not a physical player. This is not a good game for him.
Love will try. Owaka, huge offensive rebound. And then a foul called underneath on Iowa State.
Statistically, Toby Owaka, according to Ken Pomeroy, is the best offensive rebounder in the country. What does that mean? He's getting 16% of his team's missed shots back. That's 1 out of every 6 possessions. He is the best offensive rebounder in the country. And actually, as I read my notes, it's 1 out of every 5 because it's 20%. Yep. Number 1 in the country.
Look at the job that he has done moving over the Rick Barnes Tennessee team. Now Owaka Jr. and his Arizona team leading by 5.
Think you know something about toughness playing for Rick Barnes?
Jackson collects and off the glass and in with that left hand.
Deshaun was not good in the first half. I expect him to bounce back.
Del Orso with Gilbert on him. Townsend inside, a little bit off balance. Joshua Jefferson the rebound. The big fella pushing it up front.
He bobbled it. That's legal. Nice.
Good look inside, and Jefferson with 2.
That's what we call a hostage dribble by Gilbert. Once he came off the screen, he kept the defender on his back, so he basically held him hostage, and he could not get back in front. It turned into a 2-on-1.
Bradley, a little too strong off the glass. It's Lipsy the other way. Iowa State with a chance to retake the lead. Hesitation. Lipsy scoops it in, and the Cyclones back in front.
You remember the end of the first half? What was TJ Otzelberger doing with his team? He was upbeat and positive.
Oh, he was more than upbeat. He was fired up, saying, let's go.
Yep, I bet that carried over into the locker room.
Townsend buries a 3, and it's 39-37. Two-point game. Great atmosphere here tonight at McHale. Lipsy will try. Arizona with the ball, up by 2. Loose ball. Townsend collects as they swing it. Bradley from the elbow.
How about
who
this
else?
guy?
Waka.
Yep.
He is a handful. 6'8", 250.
That's why he leads the country in offense rebound percentage.
Lipsy inside, scoops it home. 2 more for Tamin Lipsy. He's got 18 to lead all scores.
Well, he's needing to score because Jones has been shut down.
Del Orso being harassed. Awaka will try just beyond the free throw line. Tobe Awaka with a dozen. And he's got 7 rebounds to go along with it. And Gilbert answers with a big 3.
I think he caught him by surprise because he was out of that NBA line. They gave him the 3 and he knocked it down.
Kid that was originally recruited by TJ Otzelberger at UNLV. And Lipsy with the kick. Our under 16 timeout, and we got a good one here in Tucson. 1-point game, 15:50 to go. John Chambi and Fran Fraschilla here in beautiful Tucson. A whiteout and a full house. And some Iowa State fans here, for sure.
Absolutely. A lot of snowbirds down here.
Feed inside, or I should say outside the face-off. Love with Gilbert on him. Carter Bryant, and this time it's short. And Gilbert on the move. Gilbert hesitated for a second. Left.
Oh my goodness!
Oh, that was gorgeous.
Oh, it sure was, because Bryant was waiting to block that shot, and he went to the other side of the backboard and used his offhand offensive foul.
And Lipsy able to draw the offensive foul.
Well, take a look now. Watch Gilbert. He is a slasher deluxe. Watch him go right to left. Come back and use that left hand. Beautifully done. Great body control for the young man from St. Louis, Missouri. And then the offensive foul by Bryant on the other end.
Jefferson tries and hits. Joshua Jefferson knocks down another 3.
30% shooter. But boy, is he so versatile. He hadn't even played great tonight yet.
Feet on the baseline. Bryant banks it home. Iowa State by 2. Love takes it away from Gilbert. Love! St. Louis on St. Louis crime right there. Jefferson
Beautiful.
answers with a bucket.
How nice was that? Now, I said it in the first half, and I'll say it a lot next year, but that was George Niang-like right there. Very versatile power forward.
Lewis to Love.
Oh, yeah.
Love wide open. And Gilbert pulls it down.
Got to knock that one down. That's wide open, as you mentioned. Look at these hands.
Oh, my goodness. Bradley with the stuff. And we're tied at 49. Defense to offense for both teams. Jones gets fouled. He was working that crab dribble and then got shoved over.
Watch the quick hands right there by Caleb Love. And they come right back at you. Watch Jaden Bradley, the heart and soul of this team. Hey, John, I'll say this. I've seen Arizona 3 times now in person. They get better each time. And maybe because it's home tonight at McHale Center. If you can't play with energy here, where else can you play? But I love their toughness. They're going toe-to-toe with a tough team.
Gilbert inside, flips it in. And Keyshawn Gilbert's starting to feel he's got 9. You know, back to Arizona for a second, you consider for just a second, they got off to a 4-5 start, Frank.
Yes, they did. And they were not good. And they didn't play with toughness.
Bradley kicks to Love. Caleb Love hangs and had it blocked. Love gathers it back in. And Gilbert grabs the rebound. And then a back tap. Goodness.
That's the grittiness I'm talking about right there. That hustle from behind. Bad work. Bad angle. Curtis needs to take a couple dribbles down to the wing where he could throw a pass to Jefferson that takes him to the basket, not out to the corner. But it probably had something to do with the defense, too.
No question. You could just feel how hard both these teams are playing. They have not let up. Arizona down a couple. 12:40 to go in this one. Waka swings in, and that one off the hands and then the face of KJ Lewis. Lipsy trying to feed it inside to Deshaun Jackson. It's a turnover. Lewis hangs and draws the foul from Nate Heisey. KJ Lewis to the line. 84% free throw shooter.
How tough is this kid, man? He's guarding Jones a lot of the night. You can just see it in his face.
Lewis hits the first. Our ACC SEC Super Tuesday doubleheader. And it comes around ESPN. Number 12 Kentucky and number 8 Tennessee. That's at 7 Eastern, and then North Carolina facing Pitt. SEC ACC Super Tuesday coming at you. A 1-point game, and the Cyclones with the ball. Jamarian Watson looking for some help. Lipsy gets an outlet. Our under 12 timeout. And a close one here in Tucson. A 1.
George Niang, Naz Long, those are some great young people.
He puts it on the floor. Shot clock winding down. They didn't see it. Just lack of awareness right there.
Yep. Heisey's a guy who averaged about 14 last year at Northern Iowa. He brings you toughness, but he's got to give you a little more offense. He could have been a little more aggressive there, knowing the shot clock was running down.
Heisey with the steal. Watson, and then Bradley steals it right back. It's his 5th of the game. And a double dribble.
Well, we've seen sloppy play, but we're also watching guys really defend defensively. That looked like an easy 2-on-1. Broken up by Bradley, and then he double dribbled.
Bradley with a career-high 5 steals. Heisey can't hit. And a rebound pulled down by Townsend. Lewis back to Townsend. His third three of the game, and he's got 11. Arizona by 2. Lipsy inside, wouldn't go. Lewis. And absorbs the bump, and KJ will go to the line and shoot 2.
I didn't like that call, although Tony Padilla said he got him on the arm. He had a better view. I thought the defender was vertical. Let's take a look right here. I mean, offensive player used that left arm to ward off the defender. That was close. Go back and watch Carter Bryant. Look at him underneath the basket. He's going to work to the corner, and there's going to be a lot of commotion with this ball movement right here. But watch him get his feet set. And a beautiful follow through. Young man's got an NBA future either this year or coming up. Now, if he goes to the NBA, John, he's going to get drafted in the late first by a playoff team. And, you know, you got to go if you're going to be a first-round pick, but you could certainly benefit from being a star here.
Gilbert able to get it to Jackson. Jackson a ball fake, flips it up and in. And Deshaun Jackson with 10.
I'll tell you how big Jackson is. He made Waka look small on that post up. Really took his time.
And a travel on Caleb Love. Arizona has turned it over a dozen times. Meanwhile, Iowa State has turned it over 14.
Would you agree with me that as sloppy as this game has been, a lot of it has been because of the great intensity defensively?
No question. I think most of it, to be honest. Jones, count it. Score the basket on the goaltend, and Curtis Jones with that bucket.
This is his game right here, the floater. Close, but it looked like it's on its way down. That might be reviewable at the next TV timeout. I don't know if they signaled the table, but I got a feeling that play will be, and they are going to review it.
Yeah, Kip Kissinger just pointed over.
That is Curtis's first field goal, I believe, John.
Indeed it was. He's got 4. Bryant. Tobe Awaka's had a really good game. Lewis, full head of steam. In and out. Guess who on the glass? Awaka with 2 more. He's got 14 points and 8 rebounds.
Let's go!
Jefferson can't hit. Awaka the rebound. Arizona by 2, looking for more. Lewis lost the handle, lost the ball. Under 9 to go in this one. And it's been a slugfest. Gilbert had it knocked away, and eventually they get the foul as Keyshawn Gilbert had the headband knocked off of him.
This is fun.
2 of the top teams in the Big 12. Arizona 7-1, Iowa State 7-1.
Oh, he had Jefferson underneath. And Curtis didn't see him.
Jones. That one rattles out and out of bounds, and it's Arizona basketball. The Wildcats with a 2-point advantage. It's been a tough night for Curtis Jones, who's got just 1 field goal.
Well, he's been the focal point of that Wildcat defense, and particularly KJ Lewis, one of the best defensive guards in the country. He's done a really good job on him. That's what happens when you start playing well.
Bradley, foul on the floor. Jaden Bradley as well has made an impact both ends of the court.
Yeah, he's a tremendous competitor. He's a terrific point guard. Kind of an old school point guard. Does a lot of dirty work on both ends.
Or that Alabama team that went to the Final Four. 10 of the shot clock. Bradley probing. Swings it to Lewis. And Owaka, the offensive rebound. He has been sensational in this game. Tobe Owaka with 16 and 10. Lipsey step back. A little bit short. And the Arizona lead is 4.
Let's see if the dam breaks. There's a couple leaks.
Bradley being harassed by Lipsey. Jackson comes. And they call it travel.
Recognize him, Przemek Karnowski, former Gonzaga great, played in Europe for a while, from Poland. 7'2", 270. He looks great, but more importantly, he works Tobe Owaka out every day. And if you go against Przemek, you're going to become a pretty good rebounder.
Big guy. And a really fine college player. And they get the foul. I believe it'll be on Carter Bryant. You're mentioning Owaka going to Cardinal Hayes. He commuted from Hyde Park over 80 miles away to high school every day. He'd get up around 4 in the morning to go to Hayes. It's crazy. Joshua Jefferson on Bryant. And rolls that one home.
All right, they got to keep going at that matchup because Carter Bryant not physical enough to handle Jefferson inside.
2-point game as Jefferson reaches double figures again. Owaka puts it on the floor. It rolls off, but it'll go to the line. Tobe Owaka will shoot 2.
Let's go back to the other end. Watch how patient Joshua Jefferson is. This is a mismatch. Carter Bryant, we mentioned about his future, but inside right now tonight, no chance really to guard the former St. Mary's Gale. By the way, dad and brother played in the NFL, so he knows about toughness.
He gets to that left shoulder, and it's kind of good night. I mean, especially with the amount of space he takes up. He goes 6'9", 240. We've seen it here tonight. He can shoot it a little bit. How about this? Here's the other note that's amazing. He actually leads them in steals. So you think of all their good guards, whether it's Lipsey or Jones or Gilbert, the big fella leads them in steals.
Yeah, that tells you about his IQ for the game, which TJ Altenberger has raved about.
3-point Arizona advantage. Jefferson looking to feed Jackson. No space. Now it's Curtis Jones. Back to Jefferson. Working on Townsend. And off the leg of Trey Townsend.
You know what I like?
Kip Kissinger right on that.
Tommy Lloyd took the young guy out and made sure Townsend went back because they knew they were going to go right back to Jefferson. That's good coaching right there.
Feed to Lipsey. Love tried to steal it. And Jones with an air ball. Now Jackson up with it. Can't put it home. The tip from Jefferson. And they'll go possession arrow. It belongs to Arizona. 6:12 to go, and the Wildcats with a 3-point advantage.
Well, we've mentioned it a couple times tonight. When you talk about Iowa State, toughness is in their DNA. But the Wildcats have gone absolutely toe-to-toe tonight. They battled him for every rebound and every 50-50 ball.
Carter Bryant will check back in. Townsend will grab a seat on the bench. A good one here in Tucson in the Big 12. Bradley rejects the Awaka screen. Now Love, ball fake, three-pointer. And Jones draws the foul. I believe they got K.J. Lewis with that one.
And it's only 6, John, but getting back to Love, you know, Tommy Lloyd calls him their lightning rod, and those are shots he has to make. He's made so many of them in his career, but he's really a low 30% three-point shooter, but those he has to make.
Yeah, that one wide open, and Bryant with the 4 fouls will grab a seat. Tommy Lloyd has been going offense, defense, and Caleb Love comes over and pays us a visit. So Iowa State to inbound, down by 3. Gilbert and Jones, that dynamic duo. Gilbert, kick out. Joshua Jefferson. Out of bounds. And Lipsey got, I think, a piece of it and maybe deflected it off of Iowa State, or
yeah, I think Lipsey had it, and then it was
off of Arizona, I should say.
Knocked out of bounds.
Jefferson inside and one. And Joshua Jefferson will go to the line and a chance to tie this game up.
I'm going to tell you why that happened. Arizona puts one of their big guys on the ball. See out there? So who's guarding Jefferson? The smaller Townsend. That allows him to get to the basket. That's the one disadvantage of the big fella on the point guard inbounding it.
Jefferson knocks it down, and it's 60 apiece. 3 assists to go along with it. Love handling here as Arizona looks to retake the lead. Love spinning. Loose ball, and Awaka does well to get it to Love. Townsend down. Caleb Love wide open. And a tip right there from K.J. Lewis.
He's the junkyard dog on both ends. Johnny on the spot.
62-60. Wildcats on top. Jones. Oh, great look by Jefferson as he found Demarion Watson.
Well, give the virtual assist to Jones, because when he got to the paint, everybody collapsed on him.
I like that, the virtual assist. 62 apiece, under 4.5 to go. Townsend jump stop inside, in and out. Watson the rebound.
Remember, Watson in 12 games had 10 DNPs in December and January. He's on the court tonight. Big rebound.
Iowa State looking to take the lead. Gilbert at the basket, and he will shoot 2.
We got a promo. Yeah.
Boog, Fran, we knew that McHale would be awesome tonight, and so's this game. Back to you.
Ooh, it is buzzing out here, SVP. Gilbert at the line, and Keyshawn with a chance to give Iowa State the lead. And he does. Tommy Lloyd's team looking to pick up what would be a huge win. And this has been a monster home court advantage. Last 4 years, 56-4. Tied for 4th best in D1. Gilbert 1 out of 2. And here in the desert from the McHale Center, it's Iowa State 63, Arizona 62 at the conclusion of this one. Sports Center with SVP. Caleb Love wide open. And he gets it. His first 3 of the night. Lipsy. Shot clock under 10. Gilbert will try and hit.
You knew he was making that. Woo! You knew he was making that. It's going to come down to somebody making a huge play because there have been a lot tonight. Somebody's going to be a star tonight, John.
Bryant looking for some help. Carter Bryant trying to give off. Finds KJ Lewis. That one deflected and out of bounds. It'll be Arizona ball with 6 on the shot clock.
Tamin Lipsy got a blocked shot right there, saved the basket, but they got to tighten up right here. Let's see what Tommy Lloyd's got.
Love thought about it, then hoists. And Watson swoops in for the rebound. Iowa State with the ball up 1.
Little horns action right here. Watch Jones.
Gilbert inside, off the glass and good. He split the defense, absorbed the contact and put it home. Keyshawn Gilbert, a monster.
Then sometimes you just need him to get singles and doubles, but that's who he's been for his career, and some nights he's been absolutely brilliant, and he's capable down the stretch.
Yeah, he is an electric player in this one. Love with 11. As Lewis leads him into the front court. Closing in on 2 to go. Arizona down 3.
Clones can be aggressive because they're not at the bonus yet. 5 team fouls.
Basar with Gilbert on him. And they get the bump on Curtis Jones, and there's that aggressiveness you talked about.
Yeah, but not at the end of the shot clock. You know, they played good defense, and I would have preferred, I'm sure TJ would have, to save that, but it does not hurt them, to your point.
Sideline out of bounds as Bradley gets it into the freshman Carter Bryant. So Lewis. Bradley going to work. Tries to scoop it home, and it's rejected by Watson. 9 on the shot clock.
How good is he? And not that he's a great player, but he sits the bench for a month and a half, and they need him now, and he's out there in crunch time. What's that tell you?
Timeout, Arizona, 1:48 to go. And Iowa State leading by 3. John Chung. They get it to Bryant. Got to get something up. Base on. Love fires. And out of bounds, it belongs to Iowa State. Caleb Love in this one. 1 for 10 from 3. Has not found the rhythm. He's had some open looks.
He's had really good looks. That's that home run hitter we talked about.
Some pitches to hit.
Yeah.
Here in the desert, 90 seconds to go. Iowa State with the ball up by 3. Lipsy handling here. He leads it with 18. He leads all scorers with 18. Shot clock under 10. Lipsy trying to feed inside. Love collects. Out of bounds, and it's a turnover.
Man, what a bad break. Lipsy threw the ball through Jackson's legs, and Love was off to the races, but Tony Padilla was right on top of it, and there you see it. Stepped on the line.
Previous play is under review.
So they're going to review it and look at whether he actually did step out of bounds. I think he did. I thought at that last look, it seemed as though he had stepped on the sideline.
Look at the shot clock. Good piece of officiating. Make sense?
So here's Gilbert. Shot clock under 10. Gilbert going right at the basket. No call. Loose ball. jump ball, and it belongs to the Cyclones with 2.2 on the shot clock.
Now, does Iowa State, did it hit the rim? I don't think it did. Hit the net. Will they review it? Either way, he's got 2 timeouts left if he wants to use one here.
Gilbert will inbound.
Remember, the big guy's on the ball, and he's backing up.
That's a Waka. Oh, Jefferson. Shot clock violation, and here comes Arizona. Down by 3. Bryant to Love. Love looking for some space. Lewis gets inside. Lewis is fouled. KJ Lewis will go to the line. Outstanding free throw shooter.
Watch the drive right here, and it looks like Lipsy gets him on the arm. If KJ makes both of these, they'll set up a press, and they'll have to foul. Not necessarily quickly. They can put a couple traps on.
Lewis 84% this year. 82 in his career.
As crazy as it sounds, the lowest percentage free throw shooter out there is Lipsy at 74%. Do you foul a guy that's got ice water in his veins?
Gets them both, and it's a 1-point game. Trey Townsend checks back in for Carter Bryant.
Now Arizona's going to put the press on here. They do have a zone press, but it looks man-to-man. They've got time for a trap or two, but they can't let this clock run out, obviously.
3 good ball handlers in Lipsy, Gilbert, and Jones. They get it to Lipsy.
I'd foul him.
And Jones gets the timeout. 23.6 seconds.
Baseline 2 on the sideline. That's the spot on the sideline.
Into the backcourt. And Lewis fouls Curtis Jones. Jones, outstanding free throw shooter.
Curtis has had a very quiet night thanks to some timely defense.
1 for 9 from the floor.
Yep.
And 2 for 4 from the free throw line. Gets the first. All right, if he makes this from an Iowa State standpoint, when do you look at?
Too early to foul.
Okay.
Yep, too early, because then you played a back and forth game. They'll play good defense and switch everything. And remember, the threat is the freshman, Carter Bryant, who's been a sniper tonight.
Bryant with 3 threes in the game.
That's good defense. You know what? That doesn't mean much to most people, but Watson now, they have to take it out on the side, and they can't run the sideline, obviously, like they could the baseline. If you're the Cyclones, you play the three-point line and you give up a layup here.
Into Love, they're down by 3. Timeout, Arizona. A 30-second timeout, 14.
And Bryant's not out there, like we said.
Yep. Bradley to inbound. Del Orso, and now Bradley. Where are they going to go? Trying to get something going.
They're playing for the 3.
Bradley, step back 3, off the mark. Vasar had it knocked away. He got fouled. And that foul is on Curtis Jones. And Henry Vasar will go to the line.
Okay, now you know what's coming, right? Awaka's coming back in. Vasar's been told, I believe, and it's a 1-and-1 now. If you make the first, we need you to miss the second because we need to get a rebound, kick it out for the three. Even here, John, if it's a miss, you're still looking to rebound and kick it out for the three.
Right, but if he makes the first, then it's just the two you need.
But you still got to miss it.
Yep. One-in-one spot. Vasar, 69% free throw shooter. Henry Vasar from Estonia makes the first.
Here's what I want you to watch now. Let's see if they X inside. That would mean Lewis runs over to Jackson and Tobe Awaka loops over the middle of the lane looking for some sort of confusion on the miss. You got to know how to miss this soft.
Rebound pulled down by Jefferson. Vasar banked it off the backboard in the rim, but it was a little strong.
We used to practice this. We moved our shooter over to the right side of the foul lane. We shot it soft and high, and we tried to hit the flange, so it took a weird bounce. And in this case, he just threw it hard, and big fella Jefferson was in the right place at the right time. I want to tell you, Iowa State, they know they did not play great on this road trip, but they're coming away with two huge wins.
But that's what great teams do, and this is a team, I think fair to say, that is a legit national title contender.
Yep. Okay, now we're not done yet, John. If he makes this shot, you have to let the ball bounce. Arizona State should have a UB Brown home run play, and they need three, and they got time.
And what about a foul?
I'm almost wishing he'd missed this. Okay, now watch.
Makes it.
Yep.
What do you want Iowa State to do?
Yeah, Iowa State just can't not give up the three-point line.
Del Orso.
It's got to go down the court.
Three-point game.
Too far.
Here's Love for the tie. Wow. We're going to overtime.
Hell yeah.
I don't know, what'd you say, about 55 feet?
Remember what I said about home run hitters? He just hit a grand slam in the bottom of the ninth. He's got at least two dribbles, and there they are. Okay, we always say dribble per second and get it up. I thought they could have thrown it down the court, but hey, what do I know?
I asked you quickly, and obviously now it comes off as a second guess, but should Iowa State have been thinking foul immediately?
No, not from there,
Play
John.
on the floor is good. Three-point basket.
I don't think there's any, because you don't want to foul a guy in the act of shooting from 65 feet.
Yep.
So. Let's go. Unbelievable.
Great reaction. A whiteout here at McHale Center. And we have been treated to a great one. 71 apiece as we go to overtime. We'll jump for the Wildcats. It's been electric inside McHale. Cleaning up some moisture on the floor. Tony Padilla saying not so much here, but right here. Give Kissinger to throw it in the air. And here we go. Just about everybody standing. Iowa State wins the tip. And we're into the extra session. 71-71.
Gilbert's been the key guy.
Jefferson powering his way up the basket. Kick out Jones with Love on it. Jones step back, fires. That's off the mark. But Jackson tracks it down.
Gilbert's been great going to the rim.
Gilbert inside. Oh, baby. Keyshawn Gilbert weaving through traffic and scoops it home. Lewis kick out to Love with Gilbert on him. Love short. And Gilbert the rebound.
How about Keyshawn? He's had to adjust that headband a few times tonight.
He's had it knocked off his head at least once. Gilbert flips it up. Wouldn't fall. Carter Bryant rebounds. Basar inside, and the big fella will go to the line.
Yeah, good two-man game right there. Little re-screen. Basar got a piece of Caleb Love's man twice. Second time he hit him on that short roll, and this is a young man who has benefited from the injury to Mo Krivas, the 7'2" Lithuanian, who's just had surgery recovering from a foot injury, and Basar has taken huge advantage.
Krivas injured in the UCLA game mid-December. Left ankle injury. There he is with the boot.
Both of those guys are from the Baltic region of Europe. Basar from Estonia.
Krivas from Lithuania. The thing Tommy Lloyd said, he thought Krivas was going to end up being their best player.
Yes, only a sophomore.
And now he's done for the year. We're tied at 73. Gilbert almost lost it. Now does lose it. Bradley to Lewis. Off the glass. Arizona with the lead. This one has been an absolute street fight. Jones, floater would fall, but he's fouled, and Curtis will go to the line and shoot two.
Well, I thought Keyshawn got too cute in the lane, too much traffic. And we talked about street fight. We talked about gritty and toughness. That's been true on both ends. Of course, KJ Lewis is the epitome of that Tommy Lloyd toughness tonight. He looked worn out, John, in the first half. He's been expending so much energy.
Well, I think both these teams got to be a bit tired with how much energy has been expended. Jones knocks it down, but a quiet night for him. 1 for 10 from the floor. He's got 7 points. And also worth noting that Jones has 4 fouls. Foul trouble on the other side is Carter Bryant for Arizona with 4. Jones gets them both, and we're tied up at 75.
Well, we didn't think we'd be in Lawrence that long. We might be in Tucson a little longer than we thought, and I don't mind at all. surprise.
Yeah, it's a sophomore part of that Carolina team that reached the national final. Jones into the paint, lost the handle. And Love saying, slow down, hang on, everybody. Arizona by 6.
Yeah, one of the stories of this game is going to be that guard play defensively by those Arizona guards.
Carter Bryant knocks it down. And that might be the dagger. Gilbert off the window, wouldn't fall. Jackson. And another rebound from Milwaukee.
This is unbelievable.
Identical 7-1 records coming in. And Tommy Lloyd's team looking to hang on and hand Iowa State their second conference loss. Shot clock winding down. And they got a foul. They got it on Demarion Watson.
Just a reminder, because we got a lot of basketball until we are back here in February. But based on the standings, remember, Houston comes to McHale.
Let's go, Cardinal!
Yeah, Saturday in the middle of February.
Yep. And this Wildcat team will grace the beautiful Hilton Coliseum in March. You know, John, the young man, I don't know Caleb Love. He plays mercurial, right? I mean, he's so hot and cold, but a lot of times it's hot. But I've talked to the coaches and the players, and to a man, they love this kid.
Well, there's a lot of pressure on him.
Yes.
I mean, let's be clear. You know, for a college kid, the spotlight is right on him. It has been from the jump. Jones from deep. Nope. And now a loose ball. Bradley. Loose ball again.
Let's go!
And they'll go possession arrow. And it belongs to Arizona. And now our player of the game is brought to you by Phillips 66. Who else? Caleb Love.
Did you make that decision because you're a wise man?
I'll tell you what, the midcourt heave, and that'll do it. Arizona knocks off number 3 in overtime. 86-75, the final in OT. And what a win for Tommy Lloyd's group.